Hey chess friends, today let's take a journey back to the late 20th century. Through our time machine, we'll dive into a brilliant game played by Garry Kasparov in the King's Indian defense, where he launched a special attack on the king side. So let's enter our time travel machine. Sergey started the game with d4, Kasparov initiated with knight f6 to play the King's Indian defense. Because India is a very peaceful and defensive country, the King's Indian defense opening is strategically rich. Offering various dimensions of variations, black has numerous types of moves at their disposal. Knight c3, bishop g7, e4, white have a greater space in comparison to black. However, black possesses e4 move, strategically establishing a stronghold on the dark squares. Knight f3 could be played by white. Let me show you the variation. Castle and bishop goes to g4, h3 take knight comes to attack it. d5 looks good, but if your opponent plays any alternative move, then move back your knight. Again, white have the option to push his d pawn, but if your opponent dares to protect the pawn, you can play knight e5. I am showing you the analogy how strong the attack would be in center. Knight takes d3 will paint a grim picture resembling a horror house in white's position. So back to the position, we have bishop e2, castle, knight here, e5, and did you noticed? This e5 pawn is unguarded, baby, but black have no issue because he can actually get his pawn back on e4. This position is reached at thousands of times in paradox multiverses, so we have something spectacular which we expect from the heroic man of late 20th century. His plan is to put the knight on f4, push the f-pawn because we need to make a survival island like Robin Hood. If you get the chance to push the f-pawn, then just push your army like Hikaru. Involve your queen and rook at the king side like a chess ambassador. Wow, what a painting arrows. Both players maneuver their knights as if they've just returned from horse riding to play chess. Do not go where the path may lead, go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. Kasparov is walking on an unknown path that may lead to success in the future, and Hikaru will learn from it how to play the King's Indian defense because we are in the late 20th century through time travel. c5, g5, take backs, knight g6. Both players are improving their pieces to fire an atom missile. Someone is attempting an attack on the king side while another is focusing on the center. h3, bishop f8, queen c2, a6, knight backs, rook g7. Firebomb is planned by Jack Sparrow and Sergey played rook c1, drowning his Titanic with his own hand. Actually, the best move for white is to play knight c4, bishop a5, knight b6 are the epic moves to manage the position, but Sergey is a Titanic lover, which is why he played rook c1, drowning his kingside completely. Knight h4 is a very challenging move. Queen d1 here, black can sacrifice his knight on f3. Let me show you the variation. g4 take. You might move back your bishop because humans are very attached to material things. g3, white's position in a very critical situation. Knight d3 take, bishop here check, king runs bishop f5, threatening to capture it. Takes, and if you take it then queen f2 will be dead, so bishop e1, rook h7 to give him a check. King here, queen check will be a end, so knight c4, queen d4, attacking to the knight with bishop. Rook a3, rook check, king ups, rook e8, queen b3, knight c5 captured, and e4. Try to open up the file so after takes, it will be a checkmate in few moves. White's position is very complicated because he is in a pressure cooker. Our struggles are created by focusing on our limitations, our hopes are created by focusing on our possibilities. White will be utterly lost in the game, so back to our current position. He didn't play the best move, instead he played a normal developing move, knight c4, g4, take, and I think fg was better, because now black can again sacrifice his knight on f3, but he simply captured the pawn. Takes. Kasparov said, I am not a dumb man, I can sacrifice my knight always. Best move for white is to play bishop a5, then capture the g2 knight, but he find no difference between bishop a5 and king takes g2. What is the issue? Well, knight takes g4 involves the queen movement on h4, takes, and you shouldn't capture back with knight, because queen g4 will attack it. King backs captured, and look at the king position, very ugly, looking like Levy's face. King e2, rook g3, queen h1, queen check, king slides, and black should play b5. The idea behind the move is to join the rook on the king's birthday party as soon as possible, something like rook a3, rook g2 check, rook h8, and it will be a checkmate. And friends, if you want to play like Kasparov, then learn from my every videos, which is why you first need to subscribe to my channel. like and subscribe to my channel because, anyway, back to the position. White sacrifices his queen on g4, knight takes g4 and queen h4 may look great, attacking to the knight. King f3 can't possible due to king g3, best move for white is to play rook g1, because now if you capture the knight you will lose in Time Machine's dinosaur time age, so in this position, Kasparov played rook c8, queen c4 is coming, knight h2 to play rook g8 and bring out the king safely. Queen h4 and best move for white is to play bishop a5, stopping the rook's movement, but he played rook c3, and now Kasparov get a chance to involve the rook in his journey. Wow, I really like it. Rook g1 rook to g7, and we have rook exchanges by both stupids, I mean grandmasters. He attacks to the pawn and you can't save it, you will lose the pawn and the d5 pawn soon, your loose nuts can't protect his d-pawn, black will get 2 pass pawns which is enough to destroy white. So in this position he sacrificed the bishop because he is the grandfather of Magnus Carlsen, and now enjoy the endgame with my beautiful piano music. Kasparov is winning. So wish you all the best, thanks for watching, subscribe for more, bye bye, take care, see you soon.